well, in April, moving forward, we are under risk management department. So why risk management department? Is because for insurers, we're actually more exposed to climate risk. So hence why today I'm also sharing with you something that is related to environment, climate, and where sustainability starts with you, agents, and agents can make a difference. So basically, I only have 10 minutes today, so I will try to be very quick. So I've already introduced myself. Why are we here today? I understand that, even though the company BSIB, we carry the name. So not just the staff, but agents are also equally important in, portraying BSIB as a responsible, reliable company in terms of sustainability. So what I would like to touch today is on environmental, go digital first. So basically how it relates to your work is basically your, going paperless, and especially your policies. So I know that it's already big in practice, but this is to actually, uh, for us to really go into paperless as agents' main activity in terms of supporting sustainability. So let me just go quickly. Sustainability is no longer just a corporate topic. As you can see, it's now part of how we do business, especially when it comes to paperless. So, and you guys as agents also play a very, very important role. So just a bit of Malaysian context, why this matters to us. So Malaysia's CO2 carbon emission factor, right, per capita, approximately 8 tons per person per year. So, and this is among the most higher levels of in Asian. So we're actually one of the biggest contributor of CO2 emission. And globally, insurance industry manages trillions in assets, and we play a key role in climate risk protection. And also locally, Bank Negara Malaysia, our regulator, requires insurance to integrate climate risk management under the CRMSA framework. So this is a very important and critical, policy or framework that insurers need to comply with lah. So this means sustainability is no longer optional, but it becomes part of our regulatory expectations and also business resilience. And also at the same time, customers are already increasingly using digital, and that more than 97% of Malaysians are already using mobile internet, and most customers today expect fast digital and paperless services. So this is not only about environment, but it's also about staying relevant and competitive. So now let's bring this closer to what you guys do in daily and also in your work, where the paper reality. So if you are talking about printing policies, we using paper, energy, logistic, and we create storage costs as well. So in average, I'm not very sure about our policy amount of paper, but perhaps around 20 to 30 pages. So if we multiply these policies every year, so this will become a very significant footprint to us, especially in Malaysia. So I think this is very critically important. I'm sure all of you here are already practicing it, but in case you have customers, or like requesting customers, or you yourself, you think that using paper is easy, but then we really encourage using paperless as your main initiative lah, as an agent. So, okay, so let me just share you quickly what are the 4 key benefits. I'm sure you already know, but it's just to remind ourselves, how do we go digital first for agents? So obviously, first is it provides you faster sales. So through e-submissions, it enables you to have faster issuance and turnaround time. So it helps you to do your work faster, And also it helps you, have happier customers, hence more referrals for you. Also, it provides you higher productivity, less printing, less physical handling, and also less follow-up on missing documents. So especially when you carry physical documents, you tend to miss the documents, right? And then you have more time to prospect, to look for customers, relationship building, as well as cross-selling. So it provides you more time for that. And also it gives you professional image. As you promote e-policy, you position yourself as someone or a company which is modern, efficient, and responsible as well. So especially if you have young customers, I think they would prefer very fast kind of issuance and processes. So, and for the company, of course, cost efficiency. So for us, especially management, they really look into cost effective or cost efficient. So less printing will provide you lower operating costs and lesser courier and lesser storage as well. So this is not only green practices, but it's also a smart business. So agents as influencers, right? I mean, you can be not just salespeople, but also as influencers. So it's how you educate your customers, advise, and also influence them. So basically, what we would like to request, from the HQ, like what agents can do is 3 simple commitments. Basically, to default your processes to e-policy, and then you only print only when it's necessary, as well as to educate customers on the digital benefits. So if agents do it collectively and consistently, so we can provide a bigger impact to the company and also to the environment lah. So I think that's just from me. I think I've taken your time, but this doesn't stop here. So I think more communication will be provided in your agency newsletters, and also as we go through the months, as we go by, we'll also be visiting the branches lah to see how you guys work around with your papers and see how we can improve progressively. Okay, so I think that's all from me, Ika.
Okay, Hanan, thank you so much.
Thank you, and
Thank you
hope
for
you guys
sharing.
have a good day today. All right.
Thank you, Hanan.
Thank
Okay,
you. Okay.
thank you for that a brief session on sustainability initiatives. Also, hopefully, agents, you guys will be able to come up with a commitment on making this sustainability more effectively through your own processes lah. All right. Okay, guys. So let's now move on to the main highlight for today's session, which is on how to grow your non-motor business. So Sharon, if you can just load up the slide now. Okay. I know that when we talk about motor, right? So motor, I think everyone is very much familiar but maybe like 80%, 70 to 80%, like you guys are already, or maybe 100% already gotten into it. But now, today's session, the real opportunity is basically through the non-motor business as well. All right. And because of the initiatives that we have just, announced to you guys on the non-motor booster drive, so I guess this is the best timing for everyone, to push, explore, grab that opportunity to maximize your potential a lot more. All right. So the company already opened wide a door for you to grow and get more. So the question is whether you guys are walking it through or not. All right. So this session is very much important because I think Sharon is not just going to talk about theory, but she's also going to talk about some strategies, some mindset shifting, maybe some practical ways as well for you guys to confidently approach your customers when we talk about non-motor. All right, so let me introduce and pass the session to our trainer for today. This is Sharon. This is our first time engaging Sharon into the session, into BSIB. So hopefully you guys will be able to get a lot of knowledge from Sharon. And as Sharon will be walking us through about the insights, about the strategies, about the practical tips on how you guys can grow your non-motor business effectively. All right, Sharon, over to you.
All right. I share my slides. Am I sharing my slides really? I think, yeah. Let me go to
Not
my
yet.
slides. Wait just a minute. Okay, right. Is it all okay now? Can you all see my slides?
Hold on, it's loading up.
Loading up.
Okay.
All right, from beginning. Right, let me go from beginning.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Okay. I hope you all can hear me loud and clear.
Yes.
Good morning to everyone. I think the sustainability talk given by Hanan was very good just now. Right? Yes, I think moving forward, there's a generation that we are going to. Okay, my name is Sharon. I'll be with you for your session today. Hope to see you all more often. Okay, I'll be with you for your session today, and I'll be talking about upselling, cross-selling, and growing non-motor business. It is important, right? Because we are already doing a lot of motor business. I'm not saying that it's not a good business. It is a good business, but the amount of claims that we are seeing sometimes, it eats into our profits. So if we do a bit of cross-selling and upselling, that will help us actually grow our business. And of course, with BSIB, giving you a very good incentive on growing this business, it's a good opportunity for you to embark on this. They're giving you enough time. I saw the circular, your booster program was very good, right? I read through it and I think it's very good. So this is the opportunity to start. Don't wait until it's too late. Okay, all right. So growing non-motor business. Okay, that's what we're going to be talking about today. I would love to hear any questions from you. Please ask any questions you want to ask, because if you don't talk, then the session becomes very boring. So you have to ask. You can ask any question you want. I will answer to the best of my ability, okay? And we can share together, all right? So please feel free to ask any questions you want. No question is a stupid question. Every question is a very valid question. If you want to ask any question, please ask. I'll be focusing mainly on a few classes of insurance which BSIB is planning to grow. Of course, your personal accident, your marine. I can't be covering the whole product for you, but I just tell you the benefits of those products that you can tell to your client. You can let your client know so that they will understand why. You see, first and foremost, they must understand the product before they decide to part with their money. So we must create that want in them, Okay, make it a want that they want that product because it's beneficial to them, both individuals and companies. So without much ado, I'm going to start. All right. Okay. All right. So you can call me Sharon. You can address me very formally, anything you want. No problem. I'm here to listen to you. I'm here to give you as much as I can, as much as I know right, about this industry. Okay. All right. So what are highlights going to be today? Okay. I think just now Ika has already started, Hanan has already started. What BSIB moving forward is looking at. Okay, so we are going to look at growth on marine, fire, all right, personal accident. Okay, these are the three main areas. I will talk a little bit about consequential loss, not much, a little bit, because you already have clients who got fire policies with you, especially businesses. So it's a good time for you to expand on the business interruption. So those are the main areas that I'll be covering today. And I'll end up with a conclusion why this is important. Okay, all right. So our session one. Our session one is going to be the difference between cross-selling and upselling. Now, you are BSIB's business partners. We don't call you agents. You are business partners. So we as business partners, I mean BSIB, together with you as our business partners, can work together and grow the business. Okay, it benefits BSIB. It also benefits you. All right, with this incentive active program coming up, it's going to be a good booster. So please step into it and let's start going. Right. So I'll tell you the difference between how do you do cross-selling? How do you do upselling? What is the difference? Then we're going to talk about some of the benefits of non-motor insurance. All right. Of course, when you sell to your clients, risk management is important. By doing risk management, you must talk a little bit about risk management to your clients as well. And you see, when you talk about the insurance policy, if you buy a policy, you can claim. Even a PA policy, if you buy, you can claim. But not everything is covered by the policy, right? So clients must know there are exclusions are very important. You as our business partners should help us to deliver this message to our very important consumers, our customers. Okay, then I'll touch a little bit, not much, because I'm not doing a product by itself. I'm doing overall. So how we calculate the sum assured, especially for PA, con loss, marine, and also fire, right? A little bit. Okay, right. Okay. Now, what are the learning outcomes of today's session with me? All right. I see so many of you, 309, very, very, very good number. All right. First and foremost, we need to learn and understand how to grow non-motor business. Secondly, whatever product you plan to grow, it benefits you as well, because you see, when you do cross-selling, you also earn more commissions, more incentives, right? I'm sure you've gone through the booster already, your booster circular. So you will go through a lot. So go through that, okay? All right. Now, before you actually launch, or you want to say, let's say today I want to send a PA to my client, I need to understand about personal accident first before I approach the client. Because our clients, our consumers nowadays are not like old consumers, Anything you tell them, they will listen. They are more knowledgeable and they will ask us things. So we must understand our product before we approach them. So you decide, you said, okay, today I want to cross-sell. I got a motor customer with me, or I got a fire customer with me. I want to sell them an additional product. Okay, so you must first go through the product. Okay, if you're not sure, speak to your marketeers. They're always there to assist you. Understand your product. Because clients nowadays, I myself have learned, they ask a lot of questions. They ask a lot of questions. So we must be able to give them our proper feedback. All right. Okay. And then not only we need to tell them what we don't cover, we also tell them what we cover. Okay. In the market, in our market, there are a lot of companies selling personal accident. I'm not saying there's only one company selling, but when I was going through your personal accident ultimate V3 product, I was amazed.
Are you ready?
Yes. It is really, really very, very good. Someone is talking. Can I help you? Anyone? If you need to talk to me, please unmute and talk to me, no problem. But once you finish talking, I would appreciate if you could mute your mic. Okay, if you want to talk to me, you just unmute and talk, no problem. Just press the space bar and you can talk to me. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. Okay, now I know you are here today to learn. I know you want to get your 3 CPD points, but always remember one thing. I've been in this industry for 40 over years. We must always not only say, I want CPD points, that's why I'm here. No, I'm here to learn. At the end of the day, we must take something back with us so that we can grow our business. And that is very important. Right? Of course, the CPD points are important. I'm not saying they're not important because you need to do your CPD points. But at the same time, we must not forget, we must also learn. We must learn. If we don't learn, we're just wasting our time. Yeah, someone is talking. Can I help you? Who's talking? Can I help you? No, All right. If you're not
let's
talking
just
to me,
proceed, Sharon.
okay, all right. Please unmute your mic. Okay, let me tell you the difference between upselling and cross-selling. Okay, I think this is very important. Okay, first and foremost, okay, we're going to talk about upselling, cross-selling first. Okay, selling. Okay, what upselling. Okay, you already have a customer. The customer has a motor policy with you. Okay, his motor policy he will now need to have, that our motor policy, we don't cover our driver. So what you can propose to him is upsell. This is called upselling. You sell him, linked to the motor product, you sell him driver's PA. Okay, driver's PA for him, for his family, whoever is the car and whatever benefits you have. So you can do upselling. Same customer, same product, but you sell additional cover. So if I think of motor, very convenient is your driver's PA. All right. Now, if I'm talking about a customer who has got a fire policy with me, business customer, only for business and consequential loss, I can upsell to him consequential loss. Our fire policy will cover physical damage to the property. But when your building is burned down, your plant and machinery is all gone, how are you going to earn your income? So if you want to cover your loss of profit, then we will try to do upselling by selling him a consequential loss policy. So these are some of the things we need to know before we do upselling. Now, cross-selling is another product. All right. You already have got a motor. I can sell you a fire, a house owner, a householder. All right. Recently, just on the 4th of January, my neighbor's house caught fire. Luckily, my house was spared. And one mistake I realized because the adjuster came by and I asked the adjuster. And the adjuster told me that they could be underinsured because the bank, they took a loan from the bank. So the bank bought the house owner policy based on the loan amount. And this was taken a few years ago. Now the bank has insurable interest only up to the loan amount, right? So the balance, so they're underinsured. So average will apply. So that's why a lot of our customers nowadays, they don't understand these concepts. So I felt very bad because it's my neighbor. I felt very bad. And I was thinking to myself, oh dear, it's so sad. But okay, but anyway, thank God it's all settled now. All right, somehow they're getting their house not completely burned down. There was a short circuit in the house and there was a fire on the 4th of January. So, okay. So that's how we do cross-selling, We tell them about our additional product. And then this neighbor of mine, she told me the bank bought house owner, but don't have householder. Because the contents belong to her. Bank cannot buy. She had not bought the contents policy. So we as business partners, you as BSIB business partners, we must learn all these things, Because nowadays, to tell you the truth, the market is really, really people, the layman, they're really, really very, very unaware of all these things that are going on in the market, So there's so much of business out there, Frankly speaking, there is so much. But the sad part is we don't push, we don't tell. Like me, my neighbor, just my neighbor, next door, couldn't I have told her if I mean, of course, I'm not an agent, but if only she had known, she would have bought a better policy, right? So that's where we do cross-selling. So now I feel so bad. I feel bad now because I feel it's my neighbor. And why didn't I open my mouth? All right. Because we all assume, all of us, you and I, we assume everybody knows everything about insurance. Actually, no. When we had the bad flood in Malaysia, when we had Malaysia was very badly hit by flood, the Klang, Shah Alam, all these areas, even my area here also, Puchong also, you know what happened? There was people who spoke to me, all the contents all wet. So I casually asked, I said, why you all didn't buy householders policy? Say, oh, because we are flood prone area, so insurance company don't want to give us flood cover. See, people don't know. So if they had bought house owner, householders, flood will be automatically covered, right? That's why the problem with our industry is we don't open our mouths and talk. If only we could open our mouths and talk to our customers more openly, we think, because we know insurance, we think everybody knows about insurance. No. I'm sharing my real life experience with you. No. Even myself, sometimes we forget. We forget how important certain insurances are. We always think we won't be burned, our house won't be burned, our property won't be burned, we won't lose our money, we won't meet an accident. But you look at the rate of accidents nowadays. It can happen to anybody and everybody. So if you want to grow your business, you must do two things. They already got the product, additional product, upsell, all right? Or they got a product like motor, but they don't have householders. Sell the householders. But like I said before, you must know the product. So you got to decide as our business partner. Of course, we want you to grow marine, we want you to grow fire, we want you to grow PA. We want you to grow. These are the three main areas of focus for the coming year for BSIB. You also must decide which class you want to grow and benefit from the booster program that is being launched by BSIB. So you got to decide. Okay. Any questions? Anyone want to ask me any question, or shall I just move on?
That's a question, Sharon.
Yes,
So
please.
you were talking about flood just now,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
the question is from KN ACE agency. He said that if there's flood within the last 5 years, the client usually they cannot purchase, right? Because it's most likely a decline risk.
Yes. True. That's very true. But if you're talking about householders, flood is your householder policy. Flood is a standard cover. It's not like commercial fire, If it's commercial fire, it's a flood-prone area. I'm sure BSIB has got their own guidelines. You won't take certain areas like Shah Alam, Seri Muda, maybe some areas of Klang. However, your householder policy, one of the perils for householders, flood is the standard cover. And also, let me tell you now in the market, there are companies that give flood at a very cheap rate because it's such a common catastrophe in Malaysia. Yes. You check with your marketeer, you check with your underwriter. Yes, certain areas, but not many areas now, because however, Malaysia, our biggest catastrophe is flood, yes. That's why the rate for flood extension is the highest. But we seem to be improving a lot. There's a lot of now drainage. Even Kuantan, last time Kuantan always declined flood now. Now, I spoke to a few of the people that I know there, my students and all. I said, how is Kuantan doing now? I said, Kuantan is much better. Doesn't get flood as like before, you would have seen in the news as well, because the government is also taking an incentive to improve the drainage system. It's much, much better. So don't say every location is declined. No. Please approach your marketeer or your underwriter. They will tell you whether we decline. Maybe we charge loading, but it's okay. Still can be covered. Some places, yes. Very, very bad, but very few. Okay, I can think of 3 common areas in Malaysia. Seri Muda. That's basically Shah Alam Klang. Used to be Kuantan, no more. Now Kuantan, very good. Hardly gets flooded. Not really that bad, So try. If you don't ask, you never know. You ask and check it out. So there are some areas that your underwriter or your marketer will say, sorry, BSIB doesn't do this area because it's always prone to flood. But it's not as bad as speak to you. That's why we as frontliners, you are our frontliners, You must ask, you must talk. If you don't ask, you don't talk, you will never know. So that's how we manage this risk, by doing cross-selling and upselling. You know how many people who own houses don't have householder policy, Because why, once the bank loan settle, banks stop buying. Banks stop buying, they also don't buy. Have you approached those people? Have you spoken to those people? A lot of them are not insured. And it's a good risk. That's where you can earn your additional commission as well. All right. And also, you know, nowadays, house owner, householder rate also gone down, cheaper than before. Last time, your house owner rate used to be 0.106, right? Now it's only 0.09, you know. Do you know that the rates have gone down as well? That is an incentive for you to tell your customers, our rates have gone down by 30%. Why don't you buy? It's cheaper now. It is cheaper now because Bank Negara has allowed that, our regulator. So that's how you can promote this business. It's cheaper, coverage is good, and it benefits the consumer. So these are the three main areas you can talk to your client. Right? So it's a benefit, isn't it? So it's also good for you. So that's how you can decide on which category you want to go. But before you go and talk to your clients, please talk to your marketeers in BSIB because they'll be the best to advise you. You know, like your question raised just now. Thank you. Thank you for raising the question. Yeah, very good question. All right. Yes, we do decline certain areas, but to tell you the truth, Malaysia is still very good. Very, very good. All right. Very, very good area. Right. Thank you very much. Any more questions? You can put in the chat box if you don't want to talk, no problem. I will try to go through the chat box as I go along. You got any questions? Please let me know. Please ask.
We can just proceed, Sharon.
All right. Thank you so much, Ika. All right. Let me go on. Okay. So, Ika, do you want to talk about this or I just continue?
Yeah, you just continue.
This is your booster. Okay. So this is your booster campaign. I'll go through this quickly.
No, I mean you can just skip this part and just try
move on. Okay, all right. Campaign highlights, all you will tell them that they know already.
Yeah.
All done. Okay.
Yeah.
So anybody got any questions, you can ask Ika. Ika is the expert on this campaign. But you can also put in the chat box. But I just wanted to put it down there because just to benefit because we want to help. Everybody wants to benefit, right? Everybody wants a win-win situation. So you can go through this. The objective of this is given. The eligibility is given. The key benefits are given. So if you have any questions, please ask about this campaign. Ika is Ika is here too. She's an expert in this. All right. So you also know how you can earn extra initiative. It's in the booster program. If you have not already read this booster program, please go through. And if you have any questions, you can talk to your marketers or you can approach your branch wherever you come from. They will tell you. So they were the three main classes that we want to grow. I've already told you: marine, PA, fire. Okay. All right. And of course, not forgetting this one thing. Some I put it down intentionally. And premium must be paid within 180 days. Please take note. Don't delay payment. And then you get the incentives of additional commission on and above your commissions. All right. So why act now? Quarterly payouts. You'll be paid quarterly. It's not like you have to wait until the end of the year, like earning overriding commission. No, quarterly. So progress through the year. Benefits everybody. Okay, all right. So this one I won't go through. I think you already know how you grow your base premium. And the required growth, please remember the required growth for 2026 is at least 25,000 to qualify for this campaign incentive, right? Okay. And you will earn extra 2% commission. So we all work for, there's the reason why we work, right? We all work for money, right? So this is a good time for you to make extra. Okay, all right. All right, new agents. Some of you here might be new.
Hey guys, is it just me or Sorry.
You all lost me, is it?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Okay, Sharon. Okay.
Okay, I was worried suddenly because I had a Unify problem this morning also. Then I changed to my
Your
my phone
hotspot.
lah,
Okay. All right.
hotspot, but never mind.
Mm.
It's okay now. Okay, if you please, guys, one more thing, if you can't hear me or you can't see my slides, you must let me know. Otherwise, I'll go on talking, so it's not fair to you. Correct. Okay. So I guess you're clear on the campaign. So continue growing your business. Okay. So now I've told you what is upselling, cross-selling. Upselling is selling to the same customer additional. Cross-selling is selling a new product. Like some customers, they're already with you for some time, but they don't know about the new product or they haven't bought the new product. So that's where cross-selling comes in. Upselling, just grow more on the existing. Okay, because you see, you must not forget, property value goes up, some insurance must go up. Okay, medical cost goes up, some insurance must go up. So all those things is where you do upselling. Sell. Okay, all right. Okay, I'll just quickly go through a little bit about fire. Ika, if you want me to move forward, just let me know. But I think I have time for this, so just let me cover a little bit with them. Okay, all right. Fire consequential loss. If you already have a customer, commercial, this is not for individual, not for individual house owner, householder. So if your customer already got a fire policy, I strongly recommend you sell them fire consequential loss because your fire policy will only cover damage by fire. Any damage approximately caused by fire, the fire policy will be. But your loss of profit, your ongoing expenses, the fire policy don't cover. So a client can't say, I got fire policy, everything is covered. So you explain to them. Right? So the loss of business, and in Malaysia, when you do business, you must pay EPF, you must pay SOXO, right? And then when you terminate someone suddenly, all those requirements, legal requirements, can all be covered under your consequential loss policy. Because your factory burned down, you got no income. How are you going to pay? Where are you going to get money to pay all these costs that you have? So the only way you can do it is by fire consequential loss. So try to promote. Sad to say that in Malaysia, I've been teaching for so long. There is so many consumers who don't buy consequential loss. Consequential loss very minimal, everybody buys fire because they know the consequence of fire. But there's a lot of open market for consequential loss. So going. So what we cover under con loss, ongoing expenses. No business, no income, expenses still got, right? You might need to still pay your bank loan. You might still need to pay your rental. You might still need to pay your bills. Then you can cover under your funds. Additional expenditure. All right. Sometimes you need to relocate because policy will pay for physical damage. Policy will pay, but don't forget, your policy will not pay for loss of profit, So the policy will only pay for loss of profit if you buy this policy. Is there any bank that will tell you, oh, since you have lost your job now, you don't need to pay your car installment, your house installment, no such thing, right? But we have got this product, which is so good, which will pay for all that. So why don't you promote this to your client? Clients who have already got fire policy with you, not individual, business, you try to promote this program. Easily you can grow your business. Easily you can grow it. 25,000 is nothing.
Sharon, there's a question. You talked
Yes.
about fire, right? So fire con loss can be standalone or not?
No, cannot. No standalone. Thank you for raising that question. Fire con loss, no standalone. Your client cannot say, oh, I already have got, your client cannot say, oh, I already have got a fire policy with insurer ABC. Can I buy a con loss with you? No. We don't sell fire con loss standalone. No. Thank you for asking the question. Very valid question. No. It must come. Two policies must. We can sell fire without con loss, but we cannot sell con loss with a fire. You know why? Because when there's a fire, it will trigger your con loss claim. Definitely, right? Your building whole factory burned down. It's going to hit into your con loss, right? So that's why we don't sell con loss alone. No, must come together. Even if the client tell you, oh, but I already got fire, with the other company. Why don't you sell me? Why don't Berjaya, Sompo sell me con loss? Cannot. There are some insurers in the market who don't even sell public liability if the client don't buy fire policy. Okay, but that is different company, different criteria lah. For here, con loss alone must go with fire. Okay, all right. So what does con loss cover? Your ongoing expenses. Any business now will have bank loans, will have mortgage, need to pay salaries, need to pay rental, utilities, water, electricity, and all need to pay, right? So you have to have this policy to cover that. Okay, all right. And then also sometimes we have additional expenditure. Example, I need to rent another place to do my business because this place is burnt. Who's going to pay the rental? Your con loss policy will pay. Additional expenditures. I'm not here to cover con loss with you, but I just tell you the main areas. So you know at least why con loss is important. You tell your client. Okay, all right. Importance of fire consequential loss insurance. This insurance is crucial for business, not for individual. I cannot say I want con loss on my house. No, I cannot. Only for business. And why? Why do we buy this policy? To help mitigate financial risks that are associated with fire. So before I could even get there, you already asked me the question. It must be linked to fire. Thank you so much. All right. Fire policy will only cover damage to the property. Physical property, your building, your plant machinery, your stock and everything. But your con loss policy is the one that will cover your expenditure. So all of you here, there's so many of you here, I see 300 over people. If you already have got fire clients who have fire policy, please, this is the easiest policy for you to sell. Consequential loss. You want your growth, right? You want additional commission, right? This is the easiest. Very, very easy. But understand the product first, right? Okay, so that is the importance. So in summary, fire con loss, consequential loss insurance is an essential component of risk management for business. For any business that wants to continue making profit, even though they've got a fire damage, they need to buy fire con loss. There's a risk management. It's a risk management tool. Providing coverage for lost income. No business, no income, right? Ongoing expenses. Salary must pay, utilities must pay, rental must pay, bank loan must pay, mortgage, all the standing charges, you still have to pay, right? Okay, so by doing that, this policy will help ensure that the business can recover fast and continue operations after fire. So risk management, saving their financial capital. So maybe from today, guys, there's so many of you here. I see so many of you here today. Let's start. Let's start somewhere with fire con loss. Okay, all right. All right. Okay, so of course, business interruption, different companies can call it different names, but that doesn't matter, right? Most important thing is you need to know what is a consequential loss policy. Okay, examples of normal con loss claims that we have is power, short circuit, power cut, failure of power, business disrupted, our, power station gone, okay, floods. I won't say mudslides, I would rather say landslides. Malaysia, we have, and it's also becoming more common now, areas that didn't used to have land. Last time, landslide means Malawati, Ampang, but now you look at landslides, so many other places. So, this con loss policy cannot protect against income loss during business stoppage due to contract disputes with suppliers or others. So if if during a fire, there's a fire damage and the manufacturer cannot supply the goods to the supplier, this policy don't cover. Only con loss can cover. Fire policy won't cover. Right. So business interruption insurance is peril specific and often must be purchased separately. Must be two policies, fire and con loss. So let me give you an example of a fire con loss claim. One example would be a shop that is forced to shut down. Flooding, during flood, Malaysia very common one, right? So the shop is forced to shut down. No business, okay? So the company's property insurance will provide funds to fix the damaged building and equipment due to flood, but it won't cover consequential losses. The money loss, what is con loss? The profit, the money loss because the shop had to remain closed until everything was fixed and back up and running. It takes time, right? You cannot fix everything overnight, right? Okay, all right. For this particular damages, the shop owner will need to acquire a separate specific type of insurance, which is consequential loss. So you tell your client, you got a fire policy, very good. But what happens when there's a damage? How are you going to earn your income? So the only policy you can cross-sell to them is con loss. The rate is the same as fire, not expensive. Actually, con loss policy is not expensive. You go through that one, you have to go through that. Okay. Now, of course, when you sell con loss, you need to know the indemnity period for how long the business will not be able to operate as normal. When there's a flood, when there's a fire, whatever happens, as long as flood is insured peril, extended under con loss, then we give them maximum period. They can choose. They choose, the client choose.
Sorry, Sharon, are you moving your slides?
Yes, I am. Can you see?
No, it's actually, we are at the difference between upselling and cross-selling.
Oh dear, why? Okay, let me close. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me from current slide. Okay, now what can you see?
Not yet.
Cannot see. Any
Still the
changes?
same.
No.
Still the
Okay, wait,
same.
hold on. I think I'll stop sharing.
Then we lost her. Okay, I think let's wait to get her connected back. But Sky, to answer your question, right? Yes, she is frozen. Okay, to answer your question, yes, con loss must be attached with fire. And if clients, how about clients only have fire on stocks? You mean the goods, right? If you're talking about the goods, Sompo SME ada cover stock also. So under the Sompo SME tu got the section for fire con loss. Flexi SME tak ada, okay? But Sompo SME got. I think she's coming back in. Okay, let's just give a while. So you guys are so far okay, right?
Ika, I have a question.
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay. When you purchase it fire policy, and then if you attach it with the fire con loss, how much is the aggregate? Do we need to follow the same sum assured as a fire policy, or do you have any calculation on how much to buy for that con loss? I mean, I don't know whether is that the right question to ask. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for that question. Okay, however, fire is not in my forte. I'll get back to your answer once I get the once I get back to your question once I get the answer. Okay, but you're asking is the amount, is it? You're talking about
Yes,
the aggregate amount in terms of
yes.
buying the con loss, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, got it.
Because I got it, I type it just now I type, but then it's too long, right? So I prefer to speak to you.
All
Okay,
right, sure.
thank you, Ika.
All right, no problem. Okay, I need to check where she is because she is not. Okay. Hold on, yeah. Hold on. Okay, she got internet connection problem right now. So we all let's just take a 10 minutes break, let her settle down and on the internet connection, and I'll bring up the timer for 10 minutes and then we come back after that. All right, 10 minutes, everybody.
Okay. My question was, if I were to purchase a fire policy, right? So, if I want to do some like upselling to the client on fire con loss, so I want to know how much should the sum should be. Do they have to be the same as a fire policy, or do you have an aggregate where you calculate the fire con loss sum insured?
Okay,
Is that
for
clear? Yeah. Thank you.
okay. So for the con loss, there's a two method to calculate. Either is on the additional basis or the different basis. So different basis will be more common, which is when I say more common is you insurer just tell insurer what is the item that you don't want to cover. Then the rest will be included. Of course, for con loss, we have a formula to calculate the gross profit. Con loss actually based on the gross profit lah. So we can give you the formula. We will tell insured lah. This is a insurer definition for the gross profit. Then the insured can work out from us based on their last financial statement or their auditor statement. But that one is just for the reference only because con loss it will affect your future business, not the past business. So sometimes by the time they want to they want to calculate the gross profit figure, they need to take into the consideration their future business trend for the profit as well. So you cannot base on the past only. Is it clear?
Does it mean okay, yeah, does it mean that you have to calculate the average profit that they have acquired for the past years, or
No,
I
that
mean
one is just for the reference. Let's say
Mhm.
gross profit our definition is how to tell you
Maybe you just can give me an example, like say you just take you just give a ballpark figure, and then you
Okay.
just calculate from there. Thank you.
Insurer gross profit we will be means that the turnover plus our closing stock, then we minus the opening stock minus the specified working expenses, which is mean is a variable cost. This is our formula. Turnover
Alright.
plus
Yeah.
the closing stock, then I will
Mhm.
minus the opening stock minus the specified working expenses, which is equal to the variable cost. That is how we get the sum insured.
All right. Thank you very much for the clarification. Bye.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry about this, yes, guys. I'm just trying to get Sharon to come back into the session. Apparently, the link that she has right now is perhaps it's not the right link or something because it says something else. So let me just see whether she can come in or not. Hold on, yeah. Sorry about this, yeah, guys. Apparently that the technical difficulties sometimes happen, sometimes not. I think the internet connection, I mean the line connection nowadays has been very bad. Also, I'm also having the same problem. It's just that it's not as bad as Sharon lah. Okay, so she is still trying to get back, but I don't really want to waste any of everyone's time. And while she's figuring out, if let's say she's not back in by 10:45, let's just end this call because I wouldn't be able to proceed further because I don't really have the slides. Otherwise, I would have just maybe run through with you guys. Oh, there, she's back. Okay, so I was just talking about it lah. So if let's say that we are still having this, then maybe we just end up this call and then we have another session on this sometime later. Sharon, I can see that you are here, but you are on mute.
Okay, all right. Now you can see me, now you can hear me. Okay, let me
I
share.
can hear you, but cannot see you yet.
Now can see me?
Now I can see you, right?
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Okay, let me share. Stop sharing. Let me share one more time. And my slides gone now. Let me open my slides first. Sekejap, ah. Let me share. Share.
While you're doing that, there's a question that asks, can I buy con-loss policy as an insurance agent with office premise with an existing fire insurance policy with Sompo?
Yes, can. As long as it's a business premises, can. Okay, wait. Are you seeing my slides now?
Yeah,
Yes or
I'm
no?
seeing a slide.
Let me start the slideshow.
However, Sharon, correct me if I'm wrong, right? If you buy policy with one insurance company, you cannot buy con-loss policy with other insurance company, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
All right. If you have an office, a lot of people think, can hear me now? Can see?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. A good question. A lot of people think that when they have an office, they can only buy con-loss for manufacturing. No, con-loss can be bought for office as well. Any office, example, if your office is damaged by fire, you got a fire policy, you can buy con-loss. Can. Is that clear? Can you see me? Can hear the
Yeah,
slides?
yeah,
Can see
yeah.
slides? Can,
Yeah,
okay.
let's
So
just
we were
move
just
on.
now at con loss. You see, that's why all this while a lot of people always think that con loss is only for manufacturing industry. No. I give you another example, just a scenario. Let's say I am a doctor and I have a clinic. So I operate in this clinic. So it's my clinic. Then my clinic caught fire. If my clinic caught fire, I want to go and rent another clinic, let's say another taman lah, and run the business. My con loss policy can cover the rental for the new clinic. So it's the same whether it's your agency office or even our office. You see, we all have disaster recovery plan, right? Insurance companies. Our disaster recovery plan is to take care of con loss, right? Isn't it? So can that question can answer is can. But you must have a fire, and preferably don't buy fire with another company. Con loss with another company cannot. Must be with same company. That's the most important thing. Okay, so I was here. Now, can you all see my slides now?
Yes.
Okay, so I was here just now. I'm talking about indemnity period con loss. Okay, now different businesses will have different indemnity period. What is indemnity period? Indemnity period is from the date your fire happened until you recover back to business. So it can be 6 months, it can be 12 months, it can be 18 months, it can be 24 months. The fire tariff allows for that up to 84 months or so on. So the client has to decide. The one we cannot decide for the client. The client has to choose the period. And the premium, of course, is calculated accordingly. But the rate is the same. So this period that is chosen by the client, like for example, if it's your office and your office catch fire, if it's a small office, it's very easy to get the office back and go back into business. But if it's a big factory, it can take years, 3 years, 4 years. So they must bear that in mind when they are choosing the maximum indemnity period. So once the indemnity period, let's say the client choose 36 months, after 36 months, if he has not recovered, we won't cover his losses anymore. We won't cover his loss of profit anymore. We won't cover his fixed charges. So this one you must advise the client. Please choose a period that is most suitable for you to come back into business and start earning your profits. Okay? I can can hear, can see.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Okay. Any problem, please let me know. Sorry, I think my area here got internet problem today. Don't know. Okay, then the fixed costs are costs that remain. Whether you're in business or whether you're out of business, they remain. Like in Malaysia, very common. EPF SOXO salary utilities and minimum utilities payment like electricity, water and all. So all that are fixed costs. All that can be insured. However, variable costs cannot be insured. So what is variable cost? Let's say remember just now I told you I run a clinic, right? And then my clinic got fire. So when my clinic caught fire, I need to go and open another clinic. But I don't have costs. I don't have to buy medicine at the moment, right? So those are variable costs. No business, no expenses, we don't pay. Because remember, insurance is based on the principle of indemnity. Only when you lose, you have a loss, we will cover. If there's no loss, we don't pay. So in con loss, there's something known as variable costs. We don't pay. If your staff, let's say your factory caught fire, your staff said, I don't work here anymore, I resign it off. So we don't cover those costs because those costs you're not incurring any variable costs. And then there are extensions, but I'm not going to talk about extensions under con loss today. If you all are very keen on con loss, maybe we can have a separate alone training on consequential loss. Right? Because extensions can cover your buyer's premises, your customer's premises, your supplier's premises, because as long as it affects your profit, anything that affects your profit due to fire, you can cover under e-commerce. Before you do, this is upselling or cross-selling. Before you do upselling, cross-selling, you must find out those things first. Learn those things first. Okay, all right. You can see, you can see me, can see my slides. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about PA. Now, I was actually very, I looked at your PA, which BSIB has got a very good PA, very good in the market. I do training in other companies as well, other market, but I found out when I went through this product of yours known as Ultima Care and Ultima V3, the coverage is very good. Not all PA policies got this cover, all right? But of course, for personal accident, in order for you to claim, there must be an accident. Okay, disease we don't cover, so you must remember that. There must be an accident. All right, so key details, just a little bit of key details. PA is a good policy to sell. All right, of course, at one time, PA was very profitable. Many, many years ago, when PA first started, we only covered death and permanent disablement. Death means die lah. Permanent disablement means like paralyzed and all. And now, with our new PA, if you look at even this PA, we cover so much, weekly benefits, medical, ambulance, coma, all those. Last time don't have all the cover. That's why I say your policy coverage is good. So you can do a lot of cross-selling on this. Even to your normal house owner, householder, customer, your companies that buy fire policy with you, they got staff, right? So you can sell to them group PA, you can sell to them group medical, all this cross-selling. They will definitely buy. They will definitely buy, because this PA is very good PA. 24 hours cover worldwide. All right. So coverage, okay, cover accidental death. Of course, must no disease lah. This is not life. This is PA, so must be accidental. And if due to accident become permanent disabled, paralyzed, cannot use their limbs and all, we'll cover. And also now, most policies also cover medical expenses. Now the market, the consumer, they're very interested in medical insurance because medical cost is very expensive. But of course, we also must be careful when we sell medical. We can do cross-selling, upselling for medical as well. All right, but your PA is a very good product because it comes with medical expenses. Okay. All right. Now, other benefits that your personal accident policy, why I said it's very easy to sell if you can convince the client, they will buy double indemnity. What is double indemnity? All right. If your sum insured is 500,000 and you die due to an accident, you get 1 million. That is double indemnity. So your policy gives double indemnity, personal liability. Personal liability is you do wrong to someone and someone is injured. The policy will pay for your personal liability. Like, recently I told you on the 4th of January, my neighbor's house got fire. So when my neighbor's house got fire, the bomba came. And the bomba spray water onto, because I'm the next house, they spray water onto my house because they don't want the fire to spread, right? Now that water, that bomba spray actually went into my electric cables. That's why I think I've got this Unify problem now also. So what happened was, since the water went into my wiring, I had to get an electrician to come and clear off. Done lah, sort of done already, but they're still just done, just completed. But they still got this. That's why I'm having this Unify problem, I think, today. I never have this problem before. I'm so upset with myself. So I can actually claim for personal liability. That means their fault under their house owner householder policy. Do you know that our house owner householder policy also cover our third party personal liability? It cost me about 1,500 to repair the wiring. I'm actually going to claim under their policy, under personal. That means they are liable to me, causing inconvenience to me. So your personal accident also cover personal liability. Example. You go to personal accident. You went to the airport. You put your luggage there in the airport. A small child running in the airport, topple over your luggage and fall down, injured himself. He will sue you. Isn't it? His parents, of course, will sue you because you caused injury to their child. But if you got PA, because PA is 24 hours and worldwide, you can claim for personal liability. So whatever the child suffered, your PA policy, your Ultima Care and Ultima V3 lah, your product. Okay. Now, this policy is designed. Who can you sell it to? Malaysian residents, only Malaysian residents. And then also employees. Like I said, you can sell to companies as well. Group PA and their families. All right. Age. What age can buy this product? 16 to 65, but can renew until age 80. So they can continuously renew this policy with you until the age of 80. Now, 24 hours worldwide protection. So that means they are covered 24 hours worldwide, anywhere in the world. Okay. They can also cover, they can buy extension on the policy to cover their spouse and children. But the age group is very important. Okay. Premium, you got two plans. You got the standard plan, which starts very cheap, 60 ringgit only, which is considered very cheap, nowadays, 60 ringgit, you go and eat one meal also, you can't eat. It's only costing you RM60. But of course, excluding our SST and our stamp duty 10 ringgit. So I think this is a good product where you can easily grow. You can easily grow on this. It's why I purposely, put this product on is because after looking at the coverage under this product, I was thinking it's very good. I must encourage. You are our business partners, right? I must encourage my business partners to sell this product, also to earn additional commission and for your own benefit. So I think this is a very good product to sell. Okay, your Ultima Personal Accident Insurance, known as Ultima Care and Ultima V3, which is by Berjaya Sompo, provides 24 hours worldwide cover for accidental death and bodily injury. So sometimes people ask, when you say 24 hours worldwide means, do I need to buy a travel PA? Do I still need to buy a travel PA? Can I buy a travel PA? Yes, because PA is a benefit policy. You have 10 policies, you have purchased 10 policies, all 10 policies your beneficiary can claim. So even though they buy their travel PA, they can still buy this PA. Both the policies will pay. Got 3 policies, 4 policies, 5 policies also will pay. All right, so that's why that's the advantage. All right, the limit under this policy, 1 million to 1.5 million. It's very good limit, right? Okay. Okay, double indemnity, I told you already. If the person dies due to an accident and he's got this PA, if his sum assured is 1 million, we will pay 2 million. That is called double indemnity. It's a good product, right? Premium also reasonable. You should focus a lot on this product. PA used to be very profitable. Though I come from the 40 years ago doing insurance. But now PA, we are getting a lot of claims from accidents. So many accidents on the road nowadays. And also our weekly benefits. There are a lot of claims coming from weekly benefits because our policies provide weekly benefit. You know what is weekly benefit? If a person is injured, not able to earn his income, the policy will pay. So this policy also covers double indemnity, weekly hospital income. So if you get admitted in a hospital for more than 3 days, the company will pay you based on what package you buy on per day, 100 ringgit, 150 ringgit, depending. The company will pay. All right. Okay. So double indemnity, you already know if you die due to an accident. Okay. Weekly hospital income. If you want to claim your weekly income for getting hospitalized, your patient must get admitted in hospital. Right? And of course, you got temporary disablement benefits. You don't die, but you get injured and you're not able to work. You're not able to go to work. So then we can pay for those weekly benefits as well. So it's a good product, right? Anybody got any questions on the product? Anybody got any questions?
No, not really.
No, okay. So what I said here, this policy is very good, very, very good benefits, double indemnity, personal liability, temporary weekly benefits. Okay, there's much, much more. I was amazed, right? So these are all the benefits, Okay, death and permanent disablement, medical expenses, I'm sure we all know about especially after the pandemic, all of us have been hit by so many medical expenses. Weekly hospital income, get admitted, we give you 100 ringgit, 50 ringgit per day, depending on the plan you buy. Okay, then we also cover temporary total disablement. You're injured, you're not able to do your work properly for a while, maybe 1 week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, we pay. All right. Now, we also cover this product by itself. We also cover funeral and bereavement allowance. There's an allowance, amount stated in the policy. Some policies give 200, some 300. You look at your policy now. So if there's someone who passed away in the house due to an accident, we will give that amount of money for funeral and bereavement allowance. Allowance means you can claim, it's an allowance that we will give you. Okay. The good thing, most PA policies in the market, if you see, they don't give dental, correction, and corrective cosmetic surgery. But this policy gives dental, but must be due to accident, and corrective cosmetic surgery. All right, maybe you lose your ear or whatever, surgery, we will pay for it. Okay. Coma. There's a lot of cases now, if you look at news, if you read news, people go into coma after accidents, after falls, injuries. So the policy also cover coma. Okay, and then another good thing is weekly home nursing care. Usually when a patient goes into a coma or is admitted, paralyzed, the family has to bring him back and put him in nursing care if there's no one to take care of him, right? Or you have to pay for someone. It's not cheap. Nursing care is expensive nowadays. I've seen, I always ask these questions because I want to know. It can be nursing care if you're paralyzed and you need someone to look after you. It's about 3,000, Nursing care is about 3,000, These so-called helpers, they study nursing care and then they come into. So it's not cheap. It's very expensive, nursing care. If you don't trust me, you go and Google it. I check all these things, why? Because sometimes when I look at policy insurance, I try to see, the benefit of the policy. So these are some of the benefits. And then we also, if your leg is amputated, cut off, you need artificial leg, right? So we also pay for prosthesis, that is artificial limbs, and also wheelchair. So you can also buy a wheelchair and claim under the policy. Very good, right? Okay. And then repatriation expenses. Now, repatriation expenses is where they travel outside Malaysia and they get injured, and they have to be brought back, right? They have to rent. It's more expensive to bring a dead person mortal remains back than to bring a live person back. It's more expensive. When our MH17, when our MH17 was shot down, remember they had a plane that went and brought all the bodies back? That is called repatriation. So our policy covers repatriation expenses. And that MH17, the repatriation that they brought, they flew a plane and brought all the bodies back in the coffins. One plane was paid by insurer under your PA, travel PA. That is called repatriation expenses. Sometimes you will see cases, it's also quite common nowadays. They go for holiday, they drown in the swimming pool and die. Got? Bring back the body, that is repatriation expenses. Our policy cover. All right. Kidnap benefits. I know kidnap benefits are not very common in Malaysia, but I'll show you. They got 3 sections, the ransom, the advertisement. They got 3 sections, which your policy covers, which is very good, It's a very good product. So try to push this product. I'm sure you can sell. I'm sure people want to buy this product. Permanent impotency or infertility. Due to an accident, your organs, some people, like women, sometimes they lose their uterus. Sometimes they lose their ovary, so they cannot have children anymore. Your policy also cover it. The coverage is very wide, right? I was just morning, I was talking to Ika, and Ika was telling me that your CEO is promoting your BSIP is promoting extensively PA. Yeah, because the cover is so good. Not many insurers have so much of coverage. Yeah? This is really very good cover. Okay. Major burns, there is a fire. So far, Malaysia, okay lah. Except for remember we had the Putra Heights fire, beginning of last year, I think. The Putra Heights fire, but we only had 2 or 3 people who got burnt, right? No major burns. Because major burns can also cause a lot of, in terms of surgery. I was just watching one documentary on TV, how they heal major burns. They will take the skin from another part of the body, good skin, and they will plant on the burnt part. Then the roots will develop, and the skin will grow back. So that's also not a cheap surgery, but your policy covers. We also cover snatch theft compensation up to 2005. This is another, of course, now snatch theft is not so, I would say, common as compared to scammers now. But we don't cover scammers. Be careful with scammers. So many scammers nowadays. So please be careful with scammers. But this policy covers snatch theft up to 2000. If someone snatches maybe sometimes, you just go to ATM, you withdraw money, come out, and someone snatches. So it covers snatch theft. Now, another good thing about this PA is blood contamination and transfusion. There was a case last time, a few years ago, not now, many years ago, in Kedah. This lady, Kedah Government Hospital, this lady had to go for blood transfusion. And they didn't check, the lab didn't check. They transfused blood that got HIV. So the lady contracted HIV due to blood contamination and transfusion. It happened before. She was claiming for suing the hospital, government hospital, quite a bit, a few million. But at the end of the day, she got a very small amount. But your PA policy also cover if your blood is contaminated due to blood transfusion. Happened before. So now not so common because the lab technicians are being more careful. They check the blood and everything, but you never know. Sometimes you could be the unlucky patient, right? So we also cover if the wrong blood that got HIV, VD, all these things can affect your whole life after that. So the policy cover. Got renewal bonus. If your customer, you can keep this customer with you. Every year renew. Got 10% increase in sum insured. So if this year your sum insured is 100,000, no claim. Next year you renew, we will give you an additional 10%. So become 55,000. So you keep on renewing your policy, you will keep on getting 10% increase every year. Good, right? Okay. Double indemnity, you know already by now what it is. I hope you understand what I told you. Due to accident, we pay you double. Personal liability, another good thing, terrorism cover. More policies throughout the world don't cover terrorism. This policy covers terrorism. But thank God, Malaysia is very safe. So far, we don't have terrorist attacks. But you never know, right? Malaysia boleh. So terrorism cover up to 20,000, which is also a very good benefit. That's why I say, if you all really want to do cross-selling and upselling, please go for this PA. It is really a very good product, which other companies in the industry don't. So many benefits. Only BSIP has. You can push. Okay. So the benefits payable under eligible product is protected by PIDM. PIDM protects up to 500,000. So if you want to know more about PIDM, I'm not here to do a PIDM briefing for you, but just to let you know, any claim you make, PIDM will pay up to $500,000, provided your insurer tutup kedai lah. Don't worry, BSIB won't close shop. If BSIB were to close shop due to bankruptcy, which will not happen, you still can claim from PID. But I rest assure you, it will not happen. Okay, right? But in case, you still can claim from PID. Okay, all right.
Sharon,
Eligibility,
hold on.
yes.
Yeah, hold on. Just to add, from the one that you have done earlier on Ultima Care and also V3, just to add to the coverage is also the financial protector, which means that your customers, we will pay for their credit card balance up to 9,000 ringgit.
To 9,000. Yeah, I saw that, actually. Ika, thank you very much. I also didn't know how much it was. Yes, I saw. You got financial protected to 9,000.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ika. Thank you, Ika, actually. You highlighted this. I was thinking, hey, financial protector, how much you will give, I saw the extension, but glad that I know now, 9,000. Okay. So this is more your outstanding credit card balance,
Yes,
Is it,
correct.
Ika?
Correct. Yes.
Which is very good, which is very good. Okay. All right. So, of course, I've already told you who is eligible. Malaysians. Must be Malaysians. Malaysians and also students who are studying in Malaysia or workers who got their work permit in Malaysia. They can apply. And their spouse and children. So, you got a big market there. Right? And it's a very good product. All right. So renewal bonus, remember I said every year they give you 10%, 10%. You can increase up to 50%. So that means for 5 years, you can enjoy 10%, 10%, 10%, 10% increase, at the same rate. Good, right? Okay. So double indemnity. Remember, if you die due to an accident, because if your sum insured is 1 million, I say double indemnity, you can claim up to double the amount, right? So you can get up to 2 million. If it is due to an accident, the death. Okay. Weekly benefits, hospital income, and temporary disability. Terrorism cover, remember I told you, up to 20,000. Sometimes we as Malaysians, we are very privileged people actually. We don't have terrorism, but you never know. Because we have got small cases where I've seen a few insurers, they drink and then they fight, they shoot and they kill and all. This also can be considered as terrorism coverage. So the policy also gives you up to 20,000. Most policies in Malaysia don't. Really, really good. Okay. Now, for personal accident, okay, so any questions on your very good product, very easy to sell. If only you can explain to your client properly, you can sell this product very, very easily because it's a very, very good product. So try selling. Okay. Now, additional upselling, cross-selling. Try to do personal accident for motor. Because you must always remember in motor insurance, we cover third party, we cover the car, we cover third party bodily injury, we cover everything, but we never cover our driver. Our driver has no cover at all, Motor comprehensive policy, our driver got no cover. So if you want to do cross-selling, I would advise you, sell the motor plate. They will definitely need, because otherwise, if there's an accident, they are not covered. They are not protected. The third party is protected, but not our insured. So try to sell a motor personal accident to our insureds, right? And then, of course, for PA, you can all, I already told you just now, medical expenses, you can have a medical plan, right? All right. Some people, they say medical very expensive. Of course, medical is expensive. I don't deny the fact. Medical premium is going up. But our medical costs are so expensive. Those days, when you go for your appendicitis surgery, I remember my son, my eldest son, when he was, I think, 12 years old. He went for appendicitis. Of course, now he's 40 over, many, many years ago. It only cost me 1,500 in a private hospital. Now, you go for a appendicitis surgery, minimum 12,000. If you've got a bit of complications, can go up to 20,000. Ini baru appendicitis, not heart, not heart surgery, just appendicitis. So that's how expensive medical costs is. And if client is not going to take medical plan, which they say is expensive, then they have to pay from their own pocket or they go to government hospital. Then you wait. Government hospitals, you have to wait. Because there's so many people using government facilities. So you can try to promote this to do selling. Okay. All right. Okay. Additional information, you must always remember what are the extensions which I've covered with you, most of them just now under PA to promote to your client. But don't forget, you must also tell the client what is not covered, excluded. Even if occupations, you see, under our PA in Malaysia, we got occupation class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4. Most companies, you please check with your underwriters, most companies will not do class 3 and class 4. What is class 3, class 4? Class 3, class 4 is manual workers, laborers. The risk is higher. All right, people who work on the quarry, people who work timber loggers. So you please look at your excluded occupations that we can't sell this product to, you must know. That's why, because suddenly your client, like just now you see you raise a question, oh, flood-prone area. It's a good question. It's a very good question. Flood-prone area, BSIB won't give cover. Yeah, you must know. Because if your client suddenly asks you that question and you cannot answer, then we become very unprofessional. You know what I mean? Okay, this morning when Hannah started talking about sustainability, it's very good, You see, we have to be at that level. Then only people will respect us, people will want to buy out. So you must know what is excluded. Like most occupations, very high-risk occupations, like working in the quarry, timber loggers. But some companies, like even hawkers and all, because they're scared of, they do self-inflicted, suicide and all. So that's why please look at the excluded and also exclusions. So I'll cover a few exclusions for you all under this product of yours, which is a very, very good product. I think you all should sell this product. Exclusions under your personal accident, Ultima Care and Ultima V3, known as pre-existing conditions. Pre-existing conditions are things that you already have. For example, cancer. If the patient already got cancer, you cannot cover him, right? For maybe dialysis or maybe radiography or maybe radiotherapy, you can't. So those are pre-existing conditions. When the person has already got that problem, you cannot cover. You must know. Must explain to the client what is pre-existing. They've seen a doctor, they're on medication, they know that they got a problem. They must let us know when they disclose in our proposal form. You see, our proposal form is a very important document. They must tell us the truth. We don't cover suicide, but you think suicide is easy to prove? It's not, Okay? I always use this example. If someone falls down from the window and dies, is it suicide? Okay? We say it's suicide, so we say we don't cover because fall down from the window, right? But what happens if the beneficiary who's making the claim comes and tell you it's not suicide, he slipped and fall? Then it's accident. You think it's easy to prove? It's not easy to prove, So we must be very careful with this kind of things. So sometimes in suicide, when people commit suicide, they write a note. I'm committing suicide because I got a lot of scammers like owe people money. That one, okay, easy. But when there's no note left behind, the customer proves to us that the beneficiary and the person has died by falling down from the window. He said it's an accident. We have to prove it's suicide. If not, we have to pay the claim. So that's why we must understand our customers properly. Okay. Of course, most PA policies now exclude if you are driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs. That's why normally after an accident, especially if that's due to an accident, they will take the body for postmortem. Have to do postmortem. I know there are some people don't like to do postmortem, especially I think the Chinese don't like postmortem. The Muslims also don't like to do postmortem. But you must tell your client, in order to prove that your client was not under the influence of alcohol, or because the postmortem, the doctor will, when they do the postmortem, they will find out. They will do the blood test. We don't cover. So that's why they must make sure that they do a postmortem. Unless it's a genuine accident and the police officer, where the report is made or who goes to the scene of accident, can say, this is an accident. This person was definitely not under the influence of alcohol. Otherwise, go for postmortem report. Okay, so please tell your clients that as well. They must do postmortem. We also don't cover illegal acts. You know our mat rempit, very famous one. License ada, malam pukul 2, pukul 3, they go into racing. Those is illegal acts. We don't cover. Your PA doesn't cover. Please tell your client. Also, high risk sports, racing. Highway, all they do racing. Sometimes better still, they go on the opposite side of the road. I think just 2-3 days ago, I read in, was it Penang up north? They caught 17 motorcyclists racing. Illegal racing. The mother payment. So our policy very clearly says we don't pay all this. You must tell your client. Okay. Now this product, very good product, I would say. Very, very good product. Which should be easy for you to sell. Is aimed at individuals, families, also professionals who are looking for financial safety against unexpected events. Suicide is not covered because suicide you kill yourself, intentional. But some people make suicide look like accident, right? God also. If they make suicide look like accident, we want to prove, we don't want to pay the claim, we must prove otherwise. So when you're selecting your insured, please be very careful. Okay? So these are some of the exclusions. Exclusions are very important. You must tell your client. Otherwise, you know what will happen? When they come to make a claim, and we tell them, sorry, this is an exclusion under the policy, we cannot pay. We are not being fair to our client. So to be fair to our client, we must make sure that we explain properly. Okay, guys, any questions? Anybody wants to know anything more? Please ask. I see something in the chat box.
Sharon, I have a
Yes.
question. Okay, regarding the high risk sports, I have a client who I mean who doesn't delve into, but when she goes for holiday, she go for skiing lah, she go for all these kind of sports. If she were to buy, if anything happens to her, will Sompo cover her?
Okay. For those kind of exclusion, like for example, there are a lot of cases, scuba diving, snorkeling, diving, yes, ada. But if the client already asks upfront, when they're filling up the proposal form and all, I want to extend to cover diving because I'm going diving, can. But we must put in our policy to say they must have a license to do diving. We decide. But if we already give, we say, okay, we already put cover, then we have to pay. No choice. But they must tell us upfront. There are a lot of such cases. You know, the day I have got students in Maldives, you must listen to this joke. Like, I couldn't stop laughing. You know, they were telling me about the risk that they have in Maldives. All right. Where they say that the tourists that go to this Maldives islands, they claim for fish bite. When they go diving into the sea, and their water is very clear, you know, the fish bite. So they claim for fish bite. I said, huh? Got claim for fish bite? I've never heard of a claim for fish bite. So it depends, you know, where they are going also, you know, sometimes. Claim for fish bite. And now they got another risk, you know. You know, their resorts, they only got buggy. They got no transport in the resorts, right? In Maldives, they got only buggies. These buggy drivers, the all car driver, the buggy driver, drive into the sea. Also walking. See? That's why, you know, that's why in Malaysia, why is it Bank Negara is very particular? We cannot write risk outside Malaysia. You know why? Because the risk factors outside is different from Malaysia. Have you ever heard of a fish biting claim? Never before. And that's where they do this snorkeling. They do this diving. They got a lot of sea events at their resorts, right? They will normally ask for extension to cover. But we have to put in warranty lah. We have to put in warranty. They even have got this activity, you know, known as shark feeding. There are some places in the ocean, Indian Ocean, where there's guests who go there, the tourists, they go and feed the shark. And some get bitten by the shark. They also got that extension. So they were asking me how to, just like what you're asking me, like, Ika, how can we write this risk? So I told them, you put a warranty. If your people are going to do snorkeling, they must have a license to do snorkeling. They must have a guard who monitors the activities. Because usually these sea activities, a lot of sports centers will do that. All right, a lot of resorts will do. So put warranty. You can put warranty. Like usually in Malaysia, I've seen, Ika, your question, where they like to do diving. But in Malaysia policies, our PA actually exclude diving unless they got license to do diving. You know, diving got license, you know. So they must have license to do. If they're licensed diver, we can cover. But otherwise, we said no, we exclude. So our warranty will be, we can cover you for diving, but you must be a licensed diver. If you're not a licensed diver, then we cannot cover you for diving. So we must know how to put in warranties. Can do. A lot of these things we are doing nowadays to be different from our competitors. Now we've got like about 18 other general insurance companies who are our competitors, right? So you know, in marketing, we must always be trying to be the best. So how can we be the best? We come up with all these things. Okay, all right. Okay, I've seen something, I saw something in this chat box. This is from KNA's agency. All right. Okay. Will you cover e-hailing riders? Yes. Most companies, because Bank Negara make it a requirement that you have to have e-hailing insurance. But there are a lot of complaints lately I saw saying that e-hailing premium is very expensive. So I did ask my previous company that I was talking about e-hailing. I said, why is e-hailing premium expensive? KNA's agency, is e-hailing premium expensive? Food delivery from PA. Oh yes, you can cover e-hailing, but it's expensive. That's why now e-hailing very expensive already. I mean, sorry, Grab very expensive already right now. Because e-hailing premium is expensive. Thank you for answering my question. Yes. Can cover. You can cover food delivery, e-hailing can. But expensive lah. They say if the premium is very expensive. They are not happy with our e-hailing premium. So, but you know the cover is so wide, so that's why now you will notice that even our e-hailing cost has gone up, like when you order food from the Grab or you take a Grab transit, it's expensive now because of the premium. They say it's because of the premium. They complain to Bank Negara. But our risk exposure is also not minimal now. Risk exposure is quite high, right? So we cannot be cheap also. So yes. All right. So I hope I've answered that question of yours. Anyone else got any other question on PA? Anyone
Not-
else?
Not on
any-
PA, but further up,
Mm,
got
Let me see,
got few questions on fire just now.
Okay, wait, which one are you referring to? I see one here. Okay, before e-hailing, e-hailing answered. This one, I found the occupation list in the insurance system is not comprehensive. This is from PGI Risk Solutions and Management, as well as occupation classification. Some occupations are considered class 2, but system defined as class 3. So that one, Ika, your job lah. You pass it to your underwriters, because this whatever they key in the system is their control. So why do the clarification this person needs is, why is it when you put under your underwriting, you put it as class 2, so the agent, I mean our business partners accept, and then when you go to the system, you say, oh no, this is class 3, so we have to take out. We cannot cover. So please check on that if you don't mind. I cannot check your system. Ika, tolong
Okay, sure. All right. Okay.
take note of that, because the one I cannot check. The one you have to check with your underwriters. That's about it, right? Where else? Oh, okay, Sharon. Taking your example, if a fire, so well you spelled my name. Thank you, Michael, Esther. All right. Taking your example, if a fire breaks out in the neighbor's house and causes some facilities to malfunction, can we claim compensation from them regardless of whether they have house insurance? Oh, yes, you can. You can claim against them personally, not through the policy lah. Because our fire policy, if our neighbor got fire, like my case, got fire policy, we will cover damage due to water or smoke from the neighbor's premises, whichever premises got fire, the policy will cover. So I can actually claim under the policy from them under personal liability. But if they don't have a policy, can I sue them? Is that your question, Michael and Esther? Yes, I can. I can if I want to. But so far I've not asked my neighbor for money because I feel bad lah. I don't know, like their policy is so underinsured and all. So I said, no, it's okay lah, But if it's a big amount, if let's say the fire spread to your premises, of course you want to claim that, right? Yes, you can claim them you can sue them under personal liability. Can. Does that answer your question, Michael, Esther? I hope so. It's okay. Right? Because your householder policy, your personal liability, that's okay. But if they don't, it doesn't mean if someone don't have insurance, you cannot claim against them. You can. Like sometimes we go to this mall or we go to food outlets, McDonald's lah, whatever lah, Starbucks lah, whatever. And if you fall down, or let's say the floor is wet, you fall down and you injure yourself, you can actually sue them. Whether they got a public liability insurance or not doesn't matter. If they don't have insurance, they have to pay from their pocket. You can sue anybody, but you must prove negligence that person, because of that person's fault, you injured. Like let's say I just give you one example to make things simple, easy to understand. Let's say I walk into BSIB tomorrow to do face-to-face training. I go to the toilet. The floor is very wet. There's nothing to tell me that the floor is wet. I slip and I fall and I break my hand. I can sue, I can claim against PSIB for my injury. But sometimes, like, another good example, when you go to a car park to park, you all drive to car park, right? So they will always tell you, park at your own risk. Have you all seen that before? Have or not? Hey, hello, can I get one or two answers at least a reaction button lah. Have you seen that before when you park a car in a car park, they say park at your own risk? Yes. But, yes, thank you, Shireen. Thank you, Panga. Now I see all the answers coming. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah? Yes, got right? Yes. But my question is, if let's say your car is damaged, all right? Let's say heavy rain, the basement got flooded, your car is affected. Can you claim against the car park owner? Can or cannot? Sometimes we think like this, oh, just because the client put park at your own risk, we cannot. Sorry, dear, we can. Because they are just telling you to be careful, but they cannot not be liable for their loss. If anything happens to you, then you can still sue them. Yes, you can. Thanks, Michael. Yes, Michael, thank you very much for the answer. You can. And then, remember just now I said I went to PSIB and I slip and fall. So your cleaner is cleaning, mopping the floor. She put that caution wet floor. So I already got a warning, right? Caution wet floor. Can I claim? Yes. Because I can always say I didn't see the sign, I couldn't read the sign, I don't read English. So there's so many other reasons, you can still be liable for the claim. So it's not that easy, to get away with these signs that you put park at your own risk, caution wet floor. You must be very careful. Right? Once you are hurt or injured by someone else's negligence, you can always claim. That's why this PA is very good. Because when I got this PA, if I bought this PA, I got 24 hours worldwide cover, So I caused any harm to anybody because of my negligence, my policy will pay. Good, isn't it? Is someone talking to me? I hear someone talking. Who is it? Okay, thank you so much. Okay, yes. Kiran. Oh, nice name, your company, yeah? Yes, Kiran. Okay, yes. All right, all okay, huh? So do you want me to explain to you anything? But I want you to start doing cross-selling today. Please do. Please start growing your business today. Don't wait. Started already, your campaign already started. Faster you do, the better. And so far, I go through all. Of course, fire con loss, if you've already got a lot of customers, but fire con loss is only for business, not for individual. Remember that. PA, you can sell. To company also you can sell, to individual also you can sell, to your existing customers. PA, you can buy any number of policies. Not necessarily one only, right? It's a benefit policy. If just like I heard this morning from Ika, some of you do life agents. Like when a person buys a life policy, he buy 3 policies, 4 policies, 5 policies, so the beneficiary can claim, right? PA is the same. PA is the same like life. If the person got 3 policies, 4 policies, 5 policies, as long as we have sold the policy to that person, we become liable. So you should sell. The more the merrier. But of course, when someone suspiciously starts buying a lot of policies, you must become a bit suspicious also. Why this fella suddenly buy so many PA, trying to make a fraudulent claim? So must be a bit careful. But you can talk to your underwriter, you can talk to your marketer. But they can claim any number of policies. 4, 5 policies, just like life. If you are, some of you are life agents, so as well. Just like life. PA is like that. You can claim any number of policies. Right? You see, sometimes we think in Malaysia, personal liability is not so important because very seldom, Malaysian culture, we don't like to sue each other. Legal fees also expensive. So I never mind lah, tidak apa lah, it's okay lah, But what happens if the person really decide to sue you? So we better be prepared lah, in personal life, because there's a shift, people are changing now. Consumer got more demand nowadays. So we must always be very alert that consumer got more demand nowadays. Consumer wants better coverage than they used to get before. So you must understand the consumer must know what they have. And this is a very good product for you to do. Please go all out. Then I feel my training help me. I'm one person, whenever I teach or I train, I like output. There must be output. So please show to BSIB that can be done. We can do it. You all can do it. If you all 371 people I'm seeing, if you all can take the time to come and sit down and listen to me for 3 hours, even though it's just 3 hours, I know you want your 3 hours CPD as well. Everybody wants that. But you take the trouble to come and listen, you must grow your business. Don't let it go to waste. Grow your business. Benefit you. Actually, there are 3 people, who benefit when we do this. You benefit. You get your additional income. Your client benefit is protected. Otherwise, like I told you, during the 2021 flood, so many people come and ask me, I cannot, all my household things are all gone. I cannot, what to do, no insurance company don't want to sell insurance. Sad, because people don't know. So we must try to convince them. So it's good for them. Number 3, it's good for our company, BSIB. Overall, anyway, we have the best PA product in the market. From what I know so far, I've gone through so many PAs. This PA product is really good. Really, really good. You won't get this kind of PA product easily in the market. So you can easily tell your customers, I am doing for BSIB and they have got the best PA product. Promote. Okay, I wish you all the best, that you will be able to achieve your goals and your targets. Okay. All right. So that's as far as PA is concerned. So fire, I think basically you all know. Con loss I've covered a little bit. I just introduced you. If you need more, you can always come back to your training department and ask them to have more trainings for you all on that area. It's up to you all. It's your choice. Your choice, your call. Now I'm going to I've covered fire, I've covered con loss, PA. Now I'm going to go to the last one, which is marine. So this campaign also includes marine. So actually, a lot of companies, there are companies in the market that don't do marine health. So actually, I was thinking, does Berjaya Sempur do? So my good friend, Zulaika, I messaged her. Last night I messaged her. I said, Zulaika, I was going through all these notes. I said, Zulaika, do you all do marine halal? Then she replied me, yes. I said, oh, that's good. Okay, so I think I better, so that's part of your marine portfolio. So you want your growth, right? So marine is important now because logistics. Goods have to move from one place to another, right? So there is a lot of logistics. However, your campaign, exclude goods in transit. That means internal not covered. Goods in transit means throughout Malaysia only. So under this marine section, if you want to grow your business, okay, we got marine hull. Hull is the vessel, the ship, marine cargo. Can be by road, rail, air, etc. Now, why I put here by road, rail, air, etc. Because although I put at the next point, exclude internal transit, right? Internal transit can be by courier. You know that all the courier companies are insured with us for their post-Malaysia, for their goods. And they carry goods, and they're all insured with us, All right. And then, but our cargo, sometimes it comes from China, from India. We import a lot of China products. Anyway, most of our electrical products, our household products, a lot come from China, reasonably cheap. Once they come and land at the port, which is by ship or by air in the airports, they have to be transported to the retailers, right? So that's where road, rail, and air will come in with marine cargo. So it's not just pure inland transit is not included in this campaign, but all the other cargo is included in the campaign. So you can do that. It is a necessity, it is a requirement. Logistics, marine cargo is always a necessity. So you have a lot of business there to go. Okay, all right. So marine hull will cover the vessel liability and also the vessel fees. Okay, so any other questions on marine insurance you want to know? Anybody wants to know anything else on marine? Before I move on to Q&A time. Anybody, any questions on marine? You are okay? When start today must start your cross-selling. Today must start cross-selling. Upselling and cross-selling. Upselling your existing customers. They need additional. You can promote to them additional. Cross-selling new products to your existing customers or even new customers. No problem. But of course, if you are a new agent, then that will be considered as your new premium. Okay. All right, I got 368 of you. Any questions? Question time now. Aika, are they supposed to do evaluation?
Later. There's a
Later.
question in the chat box about marine lah. So KN
Okay, let me
is
see, let me see.
agency. Yeah.
Let me see. Let me put the thing. Okay. Okay. No, I don't see. I don't see the question. Oh, from Pang Yao Choi, right?
Atas dia got.
Atas still got. How do I enter into market of marine hull? Marine hull means owner of the ship. Okay, I know.
Not marine hull lah. Marine. Just
Marine.
marine.
Okay, bukan marine hull. Okay, marine hull first. Marine hull means the owner of the vessel. Not easy, because these are big companies. So unless you are very into logistics lah, marine logistic companies. Everybody who sends KN agency, everybody who sends goods from one place to another place needs marine. Everybody needs marine. You know, even when you send a courier, you know, courier goods that are sent, even courier companies buy marine, you know, GD Express. You've seen all those things, right? They all need marine insurance, man. Most Malaysia also buys marine insurance from us, you know, to send their goods. Anything that is transported from one place to another by road, by rail, by sea, by air is marine. So even if you send something by air, still fall under marine, you know, not under aviation, marine. So like very common marine open cover is for consumers, like, you know, like manufacturers. They manufacture the goods here. So let's say you got a manufacturer, you got fire, you got con loss, you got group PA for them, you got medical for them. You can also send them marine because they need to send their goods, right? Overseas, by air, by sea, by road, by rail. However they send their goods, they need to send, right? So you got one customer who buy fire from you. You can sell con loss. You can sell PA, you can sell medical, you can sell marine transit. They need to send their goods. Even like manufacturers, when they manufacture electrical goods, let's say TV lah, they manufacture TV. They need to send this TV to retailer. That is marine. You know our cars, the car manufacturer, once the car is manufactured, they have to send the car, right? The new car, they send by, you have seen what on roads, right? They send from the factory to where the retailers are. That is marine. Everybody needs marine. So your existing customers also you can sell marine. Not only new customers, existing customers also need marine. You know, sometimes when you look at these things, sometimes courier tak sampai lah, courier spoiled lah, courier lost lah. All that actually, you know, who is paying at the end of the day? Insurance companies. Insurance company. Oh, yes. Everything. Remember, just now I told you the repatriation. Remember MH17? When it was shot down, 200 over people died. And they brought all their bodies back, right? They took one plane. They flew one plane to the border to bring the Russian-Ukraine border to bring the bodies back. That is repatriation. That's the biggest repatriation I've ever seen in my career. 200 over people. The coffins fly back. Also insurance. You think the government pay? No, it's covered by the insurance policy under repatriation by Etiqa. See how important insurance is. There's no way, there's no insurance needed anywhere. So your question, KN agency, yeah, Marine Hull also can. If you know the vessel owner, actually Marine Hull is not necessarily all these big ships only, you know. You know, some people, like you go to Penang now, they got this yacht club. They got small boats, speed boats, cruise, some of them this fiber, like our Selangor Sultan, he's got a lot of this yacht. All that can cover under Marine Hull. All that can cover under Marine Hull. So maybe you got, let's say KN is, you got one big friend lah, billionaire, got a lot of yachts, like to go fishing lah, like to go cruising lah, okay, can sell Marine Hull. Okay, Marine Hull, okay. I remember lah, before the pandemic lah, now I don't know how famous that yacht club is in Penang. Those of you in Penang maybe can tell me. There used to be so many boats that they park at the yacht. They park at the place, right? So if the yacht gets damaged, they claim under Marine Hull. Yes, some use the boat for fishing. Fishing boat also got. Also under Marine Hull. So many things can come under Marine Hull. Motorboat. I don't know how famous it is in Malaysia lah. But these are some of the things that will fall under Marine Hull. But the yacht clubs, all yes, I know, like the Sultan of Johor, he got a lot of yachts, a lot of cruise boats lah. You know, some made of fiberglass lah. All those are quite expensive, you know, and all those can be insured under Marine Hull. And if they cause collision and they are liable to third parties for injury, then they can claim under the Marine Hull policy. Yes. Okay. So these are some of the things that you can sell under Marine Hull. Anyone, any other questions? Okay, Pang, your question. What is the difference between marine cargo and goods? Goods in transit is only internal. From the top Alostra to Johor Bahru down there. Cargo is where there is coming from the ship. Marine cargo. Goods in transit is only internal, inside the country. Marine cargo is where it comes by air, by sea, by vessel, cargo, marine cargo come by cargo ship, and then it leaves the port. It comes to the port. From the port, it will come to the destination. It always comes to the port. Marine cargoes always come to either the airport, also port, or the harbour, seaport, Klang, Johor, lot of ports. Yes, that's the difference. Yes. All right. Can marine cargo insure door to door, or is it only port to port? Door to door, okay. When it comes to, like, let's say, you are, sorry, Pang, your question, let's say the goods land at Port Klang. And then from Port Klang, your buyer is in Johor. Johor, the factories in Johor. So the goods will come, land at Port Klang port. Then you can extend to cover from the port to the premises of the buyer, wherever lah, Johor ke, Penang ke, wherever lah. Okay, door to door, okay. Door to door also okay. Port to port also okay. From the port must still go what? To the buyer or the seller, right? Yes. Usually comes from the buyer. Sorry, from the seller. Can be from anywhere. From the seller to the buyer. Like let's say let's say I big time businesswoman. So I import, let's say electric garments, because garments, most of them are made in China. So let's say I order garments from China. So from China, the cargo will come to Port Klang. From Port Klang, let's say I'm Lazada lah. It has to come to my depot. That becomes door to door. Lazada, most of their products are made in China, right? Who else apart from Lazada? Import. We don't have Amazon all here lah. But even overseas, all these companies that like Lazada and all. Now we got a lot of TikTok also do a lot of selling, right? Yes, can. Port to port also can, door to door also can. Pang, I hope I answered your question. Anyone else? Again, have I answered your question? Marine Hall, yes. I asked Ika this morning actually. Can we consider Marine Hall? She said yes. For your booster campaign, can. Yes. Because your booster campaign already show what? Marine Hall, marine cargo. The only thing that they say is only if it's short distance inland transit, only they said no. They said no. But if it's connected to the marine cargo and then continue to the destination, then yes. But if it's solely only for inland transit, then no lah. That's what the campaign booster says lah. Okay. You can seek more clarification from your marketeer if you want to, but that's what it says for them. Okay. Yes, Pang, any more questions? Anything else you want, Pang, from me? Pang Yao Choi. All can, marine hull, marine cargo, only goods in internal transit, no. That's what the campaign booster says lah. But the most popular, I think, is PA. Oh, thank you so much, Pang. I think your PA is the best lah. You all should push PA. Push your PA. My encouragement to all of you is push your PA, because your PA product is very good. I think it's the best in the market. From what I see now, I've seen so many, I think it's the best in the market. It's a very good product. And also with the number of accidents we have now, we have plane crashes, we have road accidents, so many accidents lah, you know. The accident rate has gone up very much compared. You look at our news, you read now with the off Chinese New Year and all coming soon, the Hari Raya, you will see funny accidents, you know. So that's why I won't say it is not profitable account, but you need to sell more lah. You need to have numbers to become profitable. I won't say it's not a profitable account, but of course the accident rate has gone up. That's for sure. Accident rate has gone up very high. So many accidents which you know, with all this younger generation, they tend to be, you know, this marbit lah, motorbikes. Motorbikes is the worst lah. That's why the day our Minister Lok was saying that they should try to remove, because motorbikes, so many accidents, they should try to stop motorbikes from going on to high. Like Singapore, in Singapore, motorbikes cannot go into the highway, you know. But they also had 1 or 2 accidents recently, right? All right. So even Singapore tries to control, you know, motorbikes going onto highways. The risk is very high. But Malaysia, you know, motorcyclists are like heroes of the road. So that's the problem. We have so many accidents as well. Our buses also, bus drivers, lorry drivers, we have a lot because according to what I heard, I was talking to someone yesterday. I said, why are there so many lorry drivers, you know, on drugs, bus drivers taking drugs and driving and all? Because they said they want to work hard. They are paid according to their salary is not high enough. So they are paid according to the trips they make. So they will drink, take this drugs and all, or drink and drive. And that results in accidents. You see our bus accidents? So many people die innocently, right? So that's the rate. And that's why people want to buy PA now also. That's why there's the demand for it. Okay, right. Okay, I see a note from registration is compulsory for your CPD points. Did you all register this morning? Did you all scan the
QR
code and register? Please pay 153 people. Did you all register this morning? I don't know. Ika, do you want to show the scan again? Maybe this morning they missed because they came in late.
No,
Can
it's
you?
okay. No, I think it's just fine. Sharon, you done?
I'm still not done. Unless they got questions for me.
Okay. All right. So I guess if you're done, then we can just finish up this call. And then we can just tutup lah, close.
Yeah. Okay, I can do. I
Alright.
can close. I can stop sharing. I stop sharing. You share the evaluation, whatever you want to share. I'll stop sharing first. Then you see what they want to do. I stop
Alright,
sharing.
okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so
Okay.
much. Thank you so much, Sharon, for
Welcome.
your sharing earlier on the fire motor. Motor also got fire, PA, and also some of the marine. I'm pretty much sure that everyone here learned something new and very
Must sell,
interesting. Yeah.
Must
Very
sell.
much interesting examples that you have actually shared with the rest of us. Hold on.
I hope you all have benefited from this 3 hours with me. I hope you all have benefited. Okay. Start selling. Start selling.
And I really like the part that you asked them to start selling. All right. So anyway, thank you all for joining today's session. I'm gonna bring up the QR code for the evaluation shortly. With that, thank you so much, everyone. I just signed up for the Ultima.
Oh, you see? Someone already signed up.
Someone is typing. Yeah. I'll just sign up for the Ultima Care. No, wanted to let you know that Sharon, for Ultima Care, we do have a campaign, which is ending, which will be on the 17th of March, where